Apex Online Racing is sponsored by Elgato, who created this lovely stream deck. For more information about the stream deck, the link is in the description below.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, mothers, fathers, daughters, sons, brothers and sisters. This is the Apex Online Racing iRacing Formula 3 League Season 4 Round number 6 here at the legendary Spa-Francorchamps. My name's King Kodiak and I'll be one of your commentators throughout this evening's race. Joining me in the commentary box as always is our artistry god himself, the one and only Nick Domino.
Hello.
Now we are into the qualifying session for the feature race. 3 laps is what our drivers have to set their very best time, and that will set the grid for the feature race. We are looking at James Clay for Team Tepper. Let's have a run through of who we have got. Now this is a pre-recorded race, so it's not going to run in exactly the same way as we normally do, as unfortunately I was not able to do this live. There is Tom Walstra for Vendetta Esports. Now the black and orange effort on him. Paul Ilbrink, championship leader, current champion for Radicals Online. Can he tame the mighty Spa? Now this circuit is a track limit nightmare for anyone ever, and pretty much anything you throw at this circuit in iRacing. Yeah, always struggles here at Spa. Some corners are very, very stringent. Some less so. I think it's fair to say. Stavila, we seem to recall, is a little bit less so, as we are watching Mr. Ilbrink come over ready on and onto the Kemmel Straight, which will be a big old slipstream fest. Anything you throw at Spa always is along the Kemmel Straight. What can we expect from your perspective then, Mr. Domino?
Well, this track, it's very, up and down as we see him going into the right and left corner here. You just really want to be get the exit into this particular right-hander going downhill. We're going up and down, so a lot of these corners are long, but you have the ebb and flow, and that's why this is such a driver's track. Going to Speaker's corner here, the left corner, it's so important to get the speed out because we have so much long straights going. This is my favorite corner. Double apex, just a lift and hit the apex. As soon as you hit that outside curve, you're flat out down through here into this is probably one of the more difficult corners, this chicane, as they're so long and slow, but you really the back end just want to go out into this right hander that you want to get the exit here, take as much curb as you can and just hit the curb. You can take curb on the outside, now you're back on the back straight, now you're going up. Well, I called it a straight, but you're actually going flat out through some of the corners. This is one of the corners where you take it flat out, and this in the Formula cars easy. The GTs are a real match corner into the final bus stop chicane. The chicane is so difficult because, as you see, it goes up as well. So the back end just really wanna go out on you, and as we see here, Paul Ilbrink hit a lot of the things right, but definitely he was pole here, but maybe a lap that could be a bit more tight, but even the professionals make some small errors sometimes.
Very true, even the greats make mistakes. Now we're starting to see the times come onto the board. We saw that 2:11 from Paul Ilbrink, then Van Walder, wow, up into second. Yeah. What a great effort. He's doing his best to avoid Walder, isn't he? Sabo! Yeah, hi, welcome aboard.
Alright, see, he takes it, that inside curb, if you hit that wrong, you just going out into the wall.
Yeah, you're not recovering it either. He's
no, he's taking a lot more. He's definitely at this point going in to make a new lap. As you see, he's giving himself much more of a drive out onto the straight and into the first corner. This is so important to really get right, because from this point on and just until you finish with the camel straight, you're just flat out. So the next 30-40 seconds, you're just flat into a rouge and ready on. It's that corner, it's difficult, and in these cars, because they're so light, and with the downforce, you kind of want middle downforce, so the car is so much on the edge, and these drivers really need to nurse it through there. As you see, he's taking the curbs quite aggressively, and that's what you can on this track. You can really attack it. That's what we love about this track.
It is indeed what we love about this track. Hopefully Mr. Wallstrom has a bit more better luck this time out than he has done in the past. He's had a bit of a mixed season, hasn't he? He's Vendetta Esports ace car number 78, I think it is. Reading his car, of course, I don't have the live timings, as like I say, we're doing this post-event. Like I say, I was not able to do this live, so our good man, Mr. Domino here, was the cameraman. So he knows what to expect. I am doing this completely live, as we should be. So let's have a look at the top times at the moment. Zabo still at the top of the tree. Wow, that was Van Walder that's just jumped back up into third, dethroning Locatello. That's not an easy thing. Daniel Morris is at 5th position. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
But as we don't know if he has done his lap 2 yet, compared to some, because we have had in the season where lap 2 has been almost half a second faster than lap 1, and Sabo actually is fastest at the moment. That's quite a lap, as Wallstrom is P3.
That was a 2:10.8. That's a great one by Wallstrom, but still not at the top. It's still being held by Zabo. Look at the gap between Zabo and Ilbrink. You don't get that kind of gap to Paul Ilbrink.
No.
There goes Sova. A 2:10. Wow, a 2:10.2. And that puts him at the top of the tree by just shy of 0.2 of a second. Goodness
That's
me.
quite dominating by the Allied Racing Esports here. That's,
Isn't it just?
As Solva has just taken that back. Oh yeah, took it there.
Now, that's the thing. Being on pole can often be a disadvantage down that big old Camel Straight. We've seen that many a time in most forms of racing. So, don't count the chickens at the moment. So Rasmussen in 5th. Good effort there. Alex Bennett, 6th position. Van Walder 7. Locatello now down to 8. James Pinsker 9. Daniel Morris 10. And Prinzing, so we've seen a recent entrant to the league. And Zelenev, our favourite creeper, in the 12th position. Yep. And then Blom in 13th position. That's the tail end of the field. So Schiff, Martin, Parkinson, Woodburn and Way. Canadians come back. Let's see if we can have, what was it? Clay. Well, it was Clay, Way and Imre. It was the three-way tongue tie that we had last time.
That was just and Van Walder and Walder were in front of behind them.
And we have all the necessary ingredients to tongue tie. Let's see.
Yeah,
Does Paul improve? He doesn't. He did not improve that time around, and that will be his day done, as we have just over a minute of the qualifying session remaining. Spire is one of these tracks that is so long. There is Tom Hooper for the Team Tepper Varsine squad. Team Tepper well represented as always in 21st at the moment with a 2:12. Now 2 seconds in a lot of tracks is quite a gap. Here less so because the lap is so long. 2 seconds is not as extreme as you might think, but it's still very hard to regain any kind of significant time because you're flat out for so long.
Oh, it is, but sometimes you can just really having a bit more balls through some of the corners. Sometimes I throw it out there. Sometimes you can just gain a lot of time that you didn't know were there. But as this is also a track that the drivers really, really know well. Mm-hmm. It's probably one of the most well-known tracks for them.
Yeah, Spa, Silverstone, Nords, Nürburgring. It's one of these tracks that's been around forever and been in every kind of racing sim there is. So
Yeah.
most people know that is qualifying done and dusted. And this is how the grid looks. There's Sova and Zabo. Wow. Take the front row. Then Bennett. Wow, he jumped up into third position without...
But look at the gap.
Yeah. Half a second between Bennett and Zabo. That's unreal. Then Ilbring, Wallster, Rasmussen, Van Walder, Locatello, Pinsker, Morris. Oh, you almost timed that right, Nick. Blom. You would have done if I had started a bit quicker. Yes. Zelenev, Ryan, Martin, Schmidt and Schiff. That's going to be another one to get around.
Mm-hmm.
Clay, Pierce, Imre, Beckman. Again, I've missed a few there again. Waldo, Grabowski, Russell. We didn't see a time from Way or Woodburn. Your timing was perfect there, Nick. That was me that was getting that all completely wrong. So in the gridding phase then, 19 laps is what the system thinks we're going to get through. It's either going to be 18 or 19. And the nerves jangle. These moments must be very, very tough. I know we talk about this quite a lot, but from a driver's perspective, Nick, are there just some tracks? Are there some circumstances? I imagine if you've got a championship on the line, the nerves are a bit more jangled. But are there some tracks that kind of make you a bit more nervous than others? We've got La Source coming up, which is a very heavy braking zone, which could well see a big old mess. We've seen that in many categories. Pretty much every category that's ever raced here has had a mess at La Source at some point. Are there some tracks that make you more nervous than others?
I will say the start of Le Mans is probably the most nerve-wracking start that you can have in any sim racing. Because you're doing the 24 and you're starting by going into a very, very probably the most tight chicane as well, as we are having lights on.
We are indeed. Lights on, engine revs rise. Who is going to come out on top as we head into this sixth round of the championship? Away we go. What a start from Ilbring, though, on the second row. Is already trying to dethrone, or trying to get up. He's up into second. What a great start there. Can everybody get through the source? Let's see. Everyone now filtering through. A few people a bit wide, but that's absolutely fine. Looks like everybody made it through. Ooh, Daniel Morris getting very, very close. Almost under pressure there in the 777, but has made it through okay. I think Zabo's still hanging on to the top. Alex Bennett there in third position, right in the slipstream of Paul Ilbring. Here we go then. Now, there's a wheel! Oh my goodness, a huge incident at the top of Radeon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars I think were involved in that. The creeper was in there. Oh my goodness, Zelenev, how he didn't explode is a mystery. Oh my days.
Well, he might have exploded actually.
Well,
that we don't know.
Let's see then. We're looking at Locatello for the No Nonsense Racing School. Was he involved in that incident? Whoa, and that's Blom! Oh, one of the Teppers has been... ouch. So much. There's at least 2 Tepper cars, I think, involved in that. Oh, my goodness. What do we do? Is about 7 in that?
Yeah, I think so. Sabo has gone up to P2 again.
Yes.
We didn't see this. And Ilbring is P6. He has really fallen down.
Ouch, he's had a rough time with it. There's Pinsker. He's gained one, I think. Lots of scrapping going on right behind him as they come into the Fanny Chicane for the first time in anger. There's Martin, who is in 11th position. One of the Teppers right behind him. It's so close, so very close. Into Stavolo as they now pin the foot to the floor all the way through Blanchimont. Well, through Curport for 8 and then down through Blanchimont. Yes, Sova is beginning to stretch his legs up front. When the position boards rotate, there's Rasmussen and Van Walder having a great scrap for Conrad and Radicals. I beg your pardon, no burst. Paul Ilbring that's in the Radicals. What do you see him right behind? Yes, 6th position.
Yeah, it's Rasmussen and Ilbring, and it's Bennett right in front of them. As you are having.
That's one of the.
Is that Locatello?
That's
a Schiff.
Schiff
Completely overshot the chicane.
Oh yeah, he did. He's got to be careful. You can't cut that too fine.
No, but he got onto the track in a safe and manner. Oh, as we have Russell in the pits.
Indeed, the Fordzilla. It's an esports squad, if I recall. Oh, that's Van Walder's in trouble. Oops, that's why Van Walder's in trouble. Saw his car pointed the wrong way. Let's see what happened. Coming into the source again. Did he get a tap? Yeah, he did.
Just a little one. That's what
happened. He lost the wheel. Oh no! Oh, did he? Oh, you. Well,
yeah.
that's some amazing suspension.
Self-free
attaching suspension.
Yeah, we.
Whoa! Three wide coming into Lake
goodness.
Com. You want to talk about having some cojones? My goodness me! 3 wide into Lake Com. Come on then. Martin has come out of that one on top. Waldo in 13th, is he? Or is he? No, he is 13th. As one of the Tepper cars already behind that is Chicane is behind. Not entirely sure. So now we look at is it James Pinsker that's been overtaken by Locatello. And come streaming through Pouhon. Now you say this is a favourite corner of yours. I struggle at Pouhon. No matter what I try and throw through there, I fly off the road.
Oh well, I sometimes I struggle there as well, but it's just
whoa!
As we have Hooper going off that was close.
How did you keep that off the road?
Really close.
Ooh, yeah, there we go.
That's not. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
that's not a place to get overtaken.
New underpants needed in car 32. That was terrifying. That's not a happy looking car.
No, it definitely isn't.
Jump back at
but
Pinsker.
with this track, you have the slipstream, which is really powerful in these cars. So no DRS needed.
Nope.
Get close, slipstream, and you can make an overtake.
Pinsker.
But you still need to be there. Ooh, yeah, I think he was looking at it, but didn't do. We have Sabo in the pits.
Serving it. Oh, wow, he served his pit stop early.
I suspect that he might have done a jump start, to be honest.
Well, that would explain.
I saw his car just move a little bit. I think that might be what has happened. Ooh, as Pinsker is definitely looking at Locatello here. He's moving around, saying, I want to get past. Go away.
Oh, he's thinking about, again, someone with a bit of cojones side by side into Eau Rouge. He is pretty dangerous. Here he comes, the Team Tepper race. Side by side with Locatello.
As we heard some wheels.
With more wheels.
Somebody went off.
Oh, it's Waldo. Oh my goodness me. I see the replay tricks you as well. When you go to a replay and it changes cars. It's very annoying. I'm glad it's not just me. So here he is in the AOR red car number 4. Oh, punch in the face from Team Tepper. Oh, and well, he didn't have the addition of the self-reattaching suspension, unfortunately. So
no, that's a great case of when a part of your car is doing a different lap time.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep,
copyright.
Also, is getting up to P2 with Sabo's early pit stop.
Yep, copyright Nick Domino on that phrase.
Yes, completely.
So then, Sover, Wallstra, Bennett, Rasmussen, Ilbrink, top 5, Locatello in 6th, still with Pinsker in 7th. Of course, with that early pit stop from the second place runner, has elevated everybody up. Wow, Locatello is defending hard from James Pinsker.
Really wide up there, getting back wheels onto the gravel. Actually, that's not something that's making you faster, right?
Nope, but it's one of the few places you can get away with it, I believe. Here comes Pinsker then on the inside of Blanchimont. Can he get this done? I think Locatello rather saw that one coming. The double left-hander is going to go to the Team Tepper race. Can he complete the move? Yes, he does. Is he going to hold it? Is Locatello going to banzai that one into the chicane? No, he knows better than that. He knew the move was done. And up into 6th position then for Pinsker. Can he climb further? Whoops, bit of a oversteer moment for Locatello. Oh, I've done that as well when you click on live and you don't mean to.
I had to make sure that I was live, and that's
happens to me as well, my friend. Don't worry about it. It's absolutely. Look at Ilbrink though. Now is Paul beginning to get back into his stride with Rasmussen? Cool. The Dane is having a cracker, isn't he? Rasmussen is. I mean, he's generally good, but he's knocking on the door of the podium at the moment. I know we've got some way to go. But there is Bennett, and he's having a belter, but he's going to struggle to keep ball behind him. So in that shot, you just saw Wallstrom disappear out of the bottom. There goes Bennett. Here comes Ilbrink, the traditional slipstreaming effect. He didn't leave a lot on the table, did they?
No, he didn't, and that's so dangerous because as you're getting in front, the guy behind you is losing all his downforce, so suddenly he can't brake. As we are having Imre and Beckman trying to go around each other as well.
Yep, so that's another kind of slipstreaming effect there. Now they are teammates, the AOR Tortoises. Beckman ahead of Imre. Again, Evan, a very experienced racer. He knew that one was done. And up into 12th then for Beckman. but I highly doubt Evans is going to let him dance off into the distance. So that battle has got bled.
You know, although those two are teammates, they're definitely going to fight.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, they are. Now, one thing we can't comment on is the dreaded incident limit, because this is not a live race going on. So people will vanish, and that will be the most likely reason for it. As we're looking at Rasmussen, continuing to chase Paul Ilbrink. He wants that fourth position back. Paul's given himself, what's it, about 3-ish tenths? Yeah, about 3 tenths or so breathing space between himself and, I think, give or take. But
yeah, about I think this is about half a second ish, but yeah, it's definitely, you know, a little bit of a gap, but he needs more. Ooh,
was that Martin flying around Prinzing? Wow, that was that's a move. I mean, you round the outside of Blanchimont, you rather rely on the person you're trying to pass, kind of getting Stavolo wrong, and into the pits comes Prinzing. As a reminder, it is mandatory pit stop, isn't it? Why I don't know why I questioned that. Since I said, wow, Szabo down to 18th position. My goodness.
That pit stop really hurt him quite a lot.
Didn't it just? No. Oh, Grabowski. It's
and
good
he's
to see our American is... I do feel bad every time I mention Grabowski's name. Is generally because he's been there somewhere, but he's having a stormer.
Yes, exactly. Up to P14.
That's nothing to scoff at whatsoever. Oh, the tortoises are at it again. Evan Imre on the back of Beckman, and it's going to be positioned back to Evan Imre, isn't it? Well, they're still fighting about it, but of course that could potentially hold them up. You see the eager recipients right behind them. Grabowski was one of them we just mentioned. Van Balder was also in there, and that is back up into 11th position for Evan. But again, like we've already said, Frederick does not want to let that go.
Oh, definitely not. And what you just saw there is, you know, a case of side draft, actually, where, you know, you get the slipstream getting so close out of, you know, a Rouge and Radion that you're actually, you know, passing them almost before the straight. So you're actually not having so much of an overspeed that, you know, will take them as easily as if you just can get them down the straight, you know, slowly. We have Solva is just getting away at the moment, 2.2 seconds ahead of Wallström. That's a gap.
That is, but if anyone can close that down, Wallström is your man. Sova is going to have to work hard to maintain that. He's not going to be able to just dance off into the distance. There is Wallström, 1.2 as you can see between himself and Alex Bennett.
Who's getting closer?
I think he is.
Slowly but steady. Yeah,
I think the Comrade veteran is beginning to close in on Wallström. There you see Paul Ilbrink. I was beginning to wonder where he'd gone, but there is a bit of a gap between. Well, there we go. There it is. About 2 seconds between Alex and Paul, and then you've got this three-way train going on. Ilbrink, Rasmussen, and Pinsker in a very short order. Then behind them we've got Locatello and I thought it was Conor Ryan. I missed who that was, unfortunately.
Who is it? Locatello's teammate is.
I can't.
It will show in a minute.
It will show in a minute, yeah, when the tower rotates.
But as we see, you know, Ilbrink hasn't really been able to, you know, shake Rasmussen off. Martin.
That was Martin. So the fellow no-nonsense racer. Oh, actually, look at right behind it. You know, Ilbrink is Rasmussen and Pinsker. Pinsker was lining up the move, as are the tortoises again. And right
this
behind
is one of the things about this race, you know, with the slipstream, you know, they're getting it in a different time, so, you know, the focus is difficult.
So that's Beckman back ahead of Imre, but right behind them. Look at that, they're losing time. They are losing more and more time too when the thing rotates. We'll find out who they are. Oh, Zelenev's back on track. Ah, good to see him back on. He's been in the pit for quite some time, but it's good to see him back on track. You never know, something may well happen that could earn him a few more points.
I'm impressed. That car was damaged.
It was, it was a tad second hand.
It was a Lego set at the end. That's the only thing. It was just... It has gone a full creeper mode. And just,
Rasmussen.
That's why.
Now the thing is, that might look like that was a bit wide for Pinsker, but he will get away with that for some reason. Stavolo, you can. Now that slide from Rasmussen doesn't look major, but when the barrier is waiting for you, they're at full crank near enough when they come through the final chicane. And if
the,
it goes
the
wrong,
thing is, as Pinska's getting close.
yeah, he is coming through Blanchimont. Is he going to go for it? Rasmussen defence. What's going to be the outside line? No, that's going to be Pinska's. Yeah, through into 5th for James. Nicely done. And you got.
I think Rasmussen were looking at that and was like, okay, mate, you're a bit too fast here.
Yeah, he knew
Just,
that when
you know.
he didn't jump back to the. He stayed on the racing line, didn't try and defend the inside line for the final chicane. Here we have Walder chasing. Oh, it's the tortoises.
The tortoises.
Yes, the I don't know what the plural of tortoise is. I'm assuming it's tortoises. But yeah, now this is going to make this fight really interesting because, you know, when you're doing the slipstream battle as well, you're testifying, Nick. If it's just two of you, it's just punch and counter punch, isn't it? You know, one overtakes and then you repass. As soon as you add a third one in there, the whole game changes. As we've got Rasmussen has just gone past. Oh, never mind. Pinska's having a crack back into Lacombe. He did not want to lose the position, but he's going to have to succeed that one. Oh, that could have gotten nasty. Oh, and there's the tortoises again with Walder added. So that's Evan back up into 11th again with Walder right with them. Van Walder, I should say. Here's a replay of it. So this is at the beginning of the Kemmel strain. Van Walder's like, yeah, I'm going to be involved in this. There he goes. I think that was James Clay we just saw disappearing out at the bottom of the shot. And yeah, Van Walder did the right thing there. He could have tried to banzai on the inside of Lacombe, but that would have gone horribly wrong if he had. But he did the right decision, slots back in line. Here we go again. Rasmussen and Pinska still scrapping for 5th position. That battle's gone on for a while, but again, that will cost them time.
Rasmussen is not getting the best exit through that chicane.
That's where he was struggling last lap, wasn't it? That was where he did that slide that kind of put James on his case. So now Pinska's going to want to try and repeat exactly what he did a lap or so ago through Blanchimont.
Oh, he's so close. There he
goes.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Oh,
wow, that was. I think Rasmussen wanted to concede that, but then James just got a little bit closer than he would have liked, and that would have, another Code Brown moment in that car.
Oh, definitely. And sometimes that's just, Pinska might have just been looking at him and been like, oh, the corner, it's not a straight. As Walder is getting past the torches here.
It is. Van Walder is like, you carry on having your fight. I'll just nip past and, business. There is Pinska and Rasmussen. Oh, has Rasmussen nailed Pinska coming into... He has!
Oh my
So
goodness.
Pinska made a mistake coming out of the chicane and has lost that position again.
Well, that might actually be a tactical thing, because you have this whole
true.
straight down here. But it's a risky business, because you might get such a...
Oh, Wallstrom Bennett!
Bennett!
That's for second, and he's got in. The Vendetta Esports ace has gone through on the Comrade Gaming. Rasmussen and Pinska again. So yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I think James may well have considered that. Whoa, crikey! Rasmussen is he's fiery today, isn't he? And wow,
good.
Well, you saw
just slapped the door.
Yeah, but he was not sure whether to continue to defend. Here are the tortoises again. Evan ahead of Frederick, and Van Walder, he's actually beginning to open a bit of a gap. Oh no! I cursed you, and I'm not even... This isn't even live. Oh, Grubowski, I'm so sorry. Oh, when is he going to get a break? He's clearly trying so hard. Oh dear, what a shame.
But what we actually saw just before with the Walter and Bennett is actually also taking the position back from Bennett. He has been in P2 for quite a while. We talked about Bennett catching up. As the gap between Silva and Wallstra is now up to 3 seconds.
But again, he's not necessarily a lot, but it's just being steadily growing, hasn't it? Lap on lap on lap, Silva doing exactly what he needs to do just to maintain that lead. He knows that his nemesis, which essentially is Wallstra this time around, is involved in this scrap that's going to hold him up. They just saw Paul Ilbring at the top of the shot. He's still some distance behind this particular scrap. I just see him. There he is. He's easily 2 seconds behind Bennett at the moment.
As Bennett is getting a bit squealy out of the bus stop chicane. That's not something that is good for rear tires or traction.
No. And then look at the pack still behind Ilbring.
As the torches keep on fighting here.
And the tortoises are still having a crack at each other with Evan ahead of Frederick. Oh, it's the Tepper boys. Clay and Schiff having an argument over 9th position. James ahead of Philip at the moment.
James, that's an argument with the car as well. Getting sideways through turn 1. That's something that's fast. Getting into... Ooh, as Bennett is getting close to Walstra.
Yeah, but Walstra's
so
not...
much going on.
Yeah. There always is a spot, isn't there?
And on the outside, that's good. Good driving from both drivers. You know, Walstra saying, all right, I'm not going to get this one. And Bennett leaving, you know, braking correct.
He made him work for it, though. He had to force him to the outside of the beginning part of Lake On. But, here we are looking at the Tepper boys. It's Philip Schiff going through into 9th position from James Clay.
Clay receded, did say, I'm just braking a bit early here. Take that one, mate, and go on. Ooh, as Walstra is really, really, really close.
Yeah,
I'm not sure he's waiting on the straight to get a pass here. Oh my goodness.
Alex did he was absolutely spot on in his defense there. It wasn't sudden, it wasn't unnecessary. He just let his car wander back through the racing line, and Walstra knew exactly what he was doing and gave the necessary racing room, and Ilbrink isn't gaining on them either, which is a bit of a surprise. I don't think he's losing time, but he certainly isn't gaining it. Here we go again. Is Walstra going to have
these drivers are not slow.
These
drivers are not slow. Ooh,
outside of Blanchimon. He wants the inside of the chicane. That's why he's coming into the line. Side by side, Alex is still ahead just about. Well, Walstra's got the racing line. Who's got the bigger cojones this time? Oh, Alex is... Oh, yes, Alex Bennett. Oh, well done. Well defended. Now, you could have easily given up on that one, but he was having none of it. That's certainly going to help Paul catch up with him, as they really are scrapping hard. Now is going to be advantage back to Walstra as they come down the Kemmel Straight once again. And there is Sober at the top, just to remind you, he is actually the one in the lead.
And going, on the outside, you really need to, know the driver that you are fighting, that he is respecting that you're out there. Otherwise, that could have ended in tears and death and a lot of, paths around the track.
You're baying for freedom. Yeah. Here we go again. Walstra is going for the inside line this time. And he will see this time and again. Oh, you're actually at the top of the shot. You can see the no-nonsense pair of Locatello and Martin doing exactly the same thing. Walstra back up into second now. And again, I'm sort of keeping half an eye on Paul Ilbrink as well. Oh, who we got? Oh, it's the same pair. So we changed who there. But no, we're still looking at Walstra and Bennett. Great scrap going on as Sover is just dancing off into the distance.
Look at how much it's going down here, going down the mountain. And you just keep on going down and down and down. It's like being in a roller coaster, this track.
It's like a ski slope, essentially.
Yeah.
As Clay has overcome Philip Schiff. The Tepper boys continue with their... One of the tortoises is still going. They're still fairly close together. They're about 6 tenths apart.
They are.
Oh, voila, there they are. The tiny bit of breathing space. Beckman ahead of Imre. So
I think this is actually the biggest gap that they have had in this race.
Pretty much. But also, bear in mind, Van Walder has actually left them quite considerably behind. He's not in the shot. I mean, he's ahead of them, remember. So
he was just there to, wave at them and say,
great fight, guys!
I'll get on with my day.
Yeah, don't mind me. You still can't see him. He's off at the end of the chop.
He is getting up to the Team Tepas. Slowly.
He is indeed. So here is Clay and who was the other one? Schiff was.
Yeah.
Now
was Bennett is pitting.
Bennett is serving his mandatory pit stop, so we haven't seen that from the top guys yet. Here comes Alex Bennett. He'll lose about 30-ish seconds, I think it is.
Spa has the worst pits camera. And you will see in a moment why somebody's getting a bit squeaky on the track.
I was going to say, that's one of the tortoises. That's Beckman getting it all wrong on the exit of the chicane. What did he do? Way too much gas.
Well held. That's not easy to
flashy,
do.
But not fast.
No,
I think is the way to summarise that. And there is Sover, still having a go. Now 5 seconds ahead of Walstra. That is not a sentence you would typically say. We know how quick he is. But
he is such a fast driver. We can't state that enough. You know, and he has had some, you know, not the greatest of luck, and you know, getting late this season. So it's, you know, it's a season of what could have been for him. I think, you know, he's really now getting into the strive of being up there every single week.
Talk about what could have been. You know, Szabo with that very early stop. Unless it wasn't a penalty he served, it could have been his actual stop. He chose to serve it. If he served it that early, I'd be surprised. But that put him a very, very long way down. I think it was more than just a stop. Something went on there as Grabowski now up into 11th position. Parkinson's actually behind him. He is chasing. That's one of the no-nonsense pair, I believe. It's either going to be Martin.
I think that's Locatello or Martin.
Locatello. It's going to be Locatello or Martin. It is Martin.
Yeah.
As Grabowski he's up to 11th. The tower says he's 15th because that's where he was when he crossed the line. Now up to 11th due to pit stops going on, so that'll be Martin he's chasing. So yeah, doing a good job hanging into the tyre tracks because he did have a spin up at Lake On earlier on.
Well, we all do.
Yeah, oh yes. This track it'll bite.
Yeah, it definitely. Ooh, as we have our creeper still going, and that might have been, you know, Solva's biggest challenge this race would have been gone past a creeper. That's not something that you really want.
It's a scary thing.
It is. As Ilbring is getting closer.
Well. Now has Walster had a problem? Well, no, judging by he's still 5 seconds behind Sova, so I think Ilbring is now starting to get into a stride a little bit. What are we looking at here? Is Walder post pit stop? Has he binned it somewhere? Oh, might we have had a disqualification there? Now, of course, we can't tell that.
No, he's going on.
Oh no, he's still going.
He just disappeared, and I was like, that could have been. And
that could have been, but it wasn't.
No.
So lag moments do happen. Lag moments and disqualifications look exactly the same to us. That's why they will con us every now and then. But no, he's still going. Alex Bennett now back out in 8th position after his stop. So decent effort there.
And Bennett is definitely, you know, one of the drivers who has mastered the art of deceiving us with lag moments. Oh my
Very
goodness!
true.
How many times last season was me like, ooh, Bennett is gone. Nope, lag moment.
Once or twice.
Yeah, per race.
Yeah.
Ooh, as Ilbring is getting quite wide in that, you know, middle part of the corner. That's not something that we want. If you go into too much on the outside there, as the creeper is definitely getting
Well played,
all the
MNF.
way.
Yeah,
I've never seen such a friendly creeper going away from you.
Well, I mean, that was actually well played in the middle of the final chicane. Zelenev jumps off the racing line and doesn't compromise himself too badly. Very nicely done. Is Ilbring going to be held up behind him, or is he going to... Actually, could pick up a decent handful of slipstream here. Zelenev sticks very much to the outside. Very nicely done of Blanchimont. But that would have helped Paul gain a few tenths, perhaps, on Wallstrat. Here is Sova. Is he going to come in? No, he's leaving his pit stop very late. Well, that's fine. There's no rule on when you have to serve it. You just have to serve it. In comes Wallstrat. It's not fuel dependent. It is just when they feel like it. Oh, Rasmussen, you are pushing hard, sir.
Yes, but you know, he also needs to, as these drivers in the top are going crazy fast.
Oh, yeah, they are.
You think they're fast, and you know, you're looking here and think, I can maybe do that. They're doing incredibly fast lap times.
I mean, we would always invite you to come and give it a try. We always invite new and willing participants to take part in all of our leagues across all of the game platforms that we deal with. It's always worth giving it a try, and it's a great way to obviously meet new drivers and improve.
As Bennett and Walstra are getting really close, as Walstra's just getting out of the pits.
Yep, and this battle resumes. Oh, goodness me. Bennett is determined not to lose any time behind Wallstra in the slipstream. Up and over Radion and onto the Kemmel Straight side by side. Oh, has he got enough pace to try and overcome Wallstra? Wallstra doesn't want to concede. Just about well driven. Side by side to the lake arm is so difficult to do in single seaters, but both of them managed to do it. But Bennett ahead of Wallstra, but you can bet that battle is not going to go anywhere until that checkered flag falls.
Not by a long shot.
No, through reverse, through speakers and down towards P1 once again. Wall Straight, it's you can try and make a move through P1. It's exceedingly hard to do, but he's going to wait, I imagine, till Blanchimont before trying to make a move. But keep the pressure on Bennett nonetheless.
Well, we have seen, an attempt, and that ended up in new underpants to
yeah.
Who was that? That was Huber, who was,
It was
getting quite close to a wall.
You don't really do.
Yeah, and you don't really want to be close to any walls at any time.
No, certainly not. As we look at Alex Bennett then trying to get some distance between himself and Wallström before they get into Blanchimont. Near impossible to do because both of them are very, very quick drivers. Is Wallström close enough? He might not be. It's going to be a bit of a banzai into the chicane if he wants to do it now, but I dare say he'll be right on the roll hoop of Wallström. I bet you he backs off. No, Bennett's defending the inside line coming into the chicane. He's also going to try and string one around the outside. He's committed to the move. But no, he was not. He saw he wasn't sufficiently alongside. Realistically, he's going to want to have the camel straight to make the attack. It's a much easier way of making the pass. Oh, I've only just noticed the V for Vendetta emblem on the nose. I've only just spotted that.
Well, somebody's coming out of the pits. Who's that?
It's Paul.
No, it's Ryan. No, it's Conor Ryan.
It's Conor Ryan. Well, both. I got the team right at least.
Yeah,
that is indeed Conor Ryan.
I was also looking like, ooh. No, that was just Conor Ryan, and he also let them pass. But Wallström, we have seen him. He's not afraid of going onto the outside.
Oh, Conor was one of the participants in that early fracas, wasn't he? Up on Radion. Here comes Wallström again. Is Alex going to defend? No, he's got nothing to defend with. He was around the outside.
Yeah, as you mentioned before, Ryan was contributing to the AOR Lego set up on the top of Radion.
Yeah. So Wallström, nice move into Lacombe to regain what is, I think, what is going to be second position eventually, but is currently fifth.
Yeah.
As they come back down the hill, down towards B1.
But as we know, we don't know where Paul Ilbring is in this battle. As he was just around their pace. But have you seen the gap between Solva and Ilbring?
Yep.
8 seconds. That's
you don't often see. Yeah. But we have seen that much more this season, haven't we? Someone new at the top. But Paul is always still there. Still there or thereabouts. As finally Sova brings his car in. I wouldn't be surprised if everyone that hasn't been through the pits pretty much does so either this or next lap. As our race leader. Yes. Well, it looks very easy.
And there you have the camera. It's just
there is Paul. Oh, I'm trying to remember. I think it's Nürburgring has an equally bad camera. Oh no, Watkins Glen has got some pretty bad pit lane cameras.
Oh
yeah. Rasmussen. Well, for Arkentech is going to take over the lead. The 71 car.
The Danes taking over AOR P1.
The great Danes. Yeah. I mean, how he would want the checkered flag to fall now.
Oh yeah, definitely. Red flag, guys.
Yeah. Out comes Sober then in third position. But those ahead of him still have to be. There is Walsh. He will be able to see just about Sober. And there is Paul. Where is he going to filter? He's going to be right behind this battle way. And that woke up. That woke Alex Bennett up. But now Paul's right in this fight. Yeah, I can't remember. It's quite a while since he was actually seen these guys. But I think he was further back behind these guys.
He was a bit further back behind when they were, close. He got closer and closer to Walter, so he's definitely gained a bit on this as he's looking to get really racy with Bennett already out of the pits. I think he will
backed
just
off this time.
take this first lap just to get his tires back up to temperature, and then he will definitely get back on the attack. Attack these guys. I think Ilbring might be this season liking this racing a bit. It's always a bit more fun when you have somebody to fight with.
Oh yeah,
you're not just
absolutely it is. Absolutely it is. And as we now jump on to the car of Alex Bennett, now in the middle of these two, there is Pinsker at the top of the shot for Team Temper, not all that far behind these guys, so if it all comes to a head, then he could well be in there. But Wallström now beginning to wiggle his right toe a little more and give himself a bit of breathing space between himself and Alex Bennett. That'll really help him towards the end of the lap. He'll want that distance. particularly for the Camel Straight at the beginning of the next lap, and also does look like this three-row patch spreading out much quicker than I thought it would. Has Paul got a problem? He seems to be falling back.
No, this is actually just the difference between the guys having, tires up to temperature and Paul having to nurse his car on the first lap. You just don't have the grip, and sometimes, that second that they're faster, almost, you can't really feel it. It's just like it's going there, and as we have Rasmussen from P1 pitting, and Locatello for P2 as well. So that will give Silver already now before they have even stopped actually. And you see, down there you have, ooh, Silverring is around.
Oh, what happened to Paul?
Paul.
Oh,
cold tires. Cold tires.
Now, funnily enough, before you raised that point, I was going to ask how badly. He's not going to the pit again. He's going to the pit again. Has he hit something? The car looks undamaged. Is he just driving through?
Odd.
He wouldn't. He would have been able to rejoin the circuit. No, he's actually stopping again. How odd! Oh, he didn't even. Whoa, dear, that's gone horribly wrong for Paul Ilbrink. Oh my goodness me!
I was looking forward to this battle.
He wouldn't have changed tyres now, surely. Fuel's not normally an issue for these cars, is it?
No, definitely not. The fuel tanks are big enough to do a race or two.
He's still in there as well. Whoa, and Alex has retaken that second spot from Wallstra. So their battle continues. That'll be on the Camel Straight again.
Yeah, definitely. These two guys, I don't think will stop fighting until somebody tells them to stop fighting.
Namely the checkered flag, and it's debatable as to whether they'll stop even there.
Oh yeah. Well, there's a race too as well, but they're just so similar in speed, and this track is just, really they can show off their skills, and we still have Ilbrink.
Still in the pits.
Oh my goodness!
Ouch! He didn't hit anything, unless he's had phantom damage from a curb. Maybe he's clipped the wall. That would explain, if he's had some damage somewhere. Maybe that would explain the spin. I don't know. Very, very rare. Unfortunately, we won't get a chance to have a chat with him post-race. As again, as a reminder, this is a pre-recorded race from last Friday. As Wallstra is going to have a crack at Bennett on the outside of Blanchimont. He wants the inside for the chicane, and he's going to have it if he can keep the car under control. Can he slow it down? But then we've seen Bennett defend it. Not from that far back, though, so that is back him into second. But as you said earlier, Nick, there could be some tactics in there, because again, Bennett's going to have that Camel Straight to be able to attack Wallstra back again.
Well, as we have seen, Wallstra is really favoriting that outside line. He's really aggressive out there, and as we have somebody crash there, but
Morris, I think.
Bennett is respecting that he's out there. Otherwise, you can't do that. You can't just do that with any drivers.
Rasmussen way, yeah. Rasmussen. Oh, and there we go. It was who had that?
It was
Conor Ryan. So both the Radicals in trouble, and you've had to do what I've had to do before, to sort of keep replaying back. Oh, yeah, that's what happens when you go on the grass. So just touched the grass by a tyre's width, and round he went. Destroyed car. You are not limping that whole lap. And he is out. Here goes Wallstra again. Bennett has held on to second on the outside of Ravage, and he's going to hold on to the spot. My goodness me, these two have just been at it all race long, and still they continue to fight.
As we have seen, Bennett has retaken that position, and they were just, they just gonna keep swapping. They've just done it so many times, and I think they will do it many more times. It's just. And that's what this track really gives you, If you have two drivers around the same pace, you can just keep on fighting with, the slipstream and how the corners are. It's just... And this is why drivers love this track. It really is.
Pinsky is gaining on them for having this fight as well. With only a few laps to go, unless these two come together, Pinsky's not really going to be involved in this race. Wow, Bennett nailing himself to the inside line, coming in with Blanchimont. That's not going to help him any, as here comes Wallstra. Has he got the slipstream? Alex going for the inside line for the chicane. I think Wallstra's going to have to back out of that one. Yes, he does. So this time Wallstra is going to have the camel straight to make the counter attack. Ooh, that was very nearly wide from Alex Bennett coming out of the chicane. 2 laps remaining of the feature race here at Spa. Coming into La Source once again for these two. There's a battle for second overall. And the tortoises are still at it.
They're back at it.
Evan Imre and Frederick Beckman still having an argument for what is 10th position with that's Szabo right behind them. Wow, so that early problem he had he
bumped him down to a 12. You know, he has been lapping, you know, at
pretty quick
leader's pace actually, you know, with Wallstra and Bennett, and that's why I was like, I think there has been a penalty maybe there. Otherwise, you know, he's lost so much ground.
Yeah, he has indeed. But simple manoeuvre for Wallstra that Beckman is going to want to recreate once again on his teammate. There is Szabo in the background. Will Beckman be able to do it? He's certainly close enough. And these two have been, I bet you they've been grinning and really enjoying this race that's gone on, because again, they have been barely, a second apart all race long. Is everyone going to defend the inside line? Oh, he had to think about it.
That's close. That is close.
It was. Oh, there's Szabo as well. Wanting to demote them a little bit.
I think, he has something to prove. I think, I think he's a lot faster than these two at the moment. With the way he has gone so quickly up to them. But yeah, as Imre and Beckman has just been fighting, and they have respected their, each other to really keep this fight going as long. As Szabo is getting really, really close to Evan at the moment.
Ooh, Evan's not making it easy for him, and he doesn't have to. It's not blue flag conditions. But Szabo nailed himself to the inside line coming through the Spanish again. Evan knew there was no point in trying to make a defence at that stage, and through into 11th goes Szabo.
He was determined to get that one. He was determined to get that move done.
That was very much I'm coming through, or there's going to be an accident, kind of a little bit center rest. But Szabo committed to it early enough, so Evan was able to see what the intent was. Back up to this fight for second position. Wallstra ahead of Bennett. Pinsker not far behind, but far enough behind that he's not likely to get involved in it unless they crash into one another. The checkered flag is out and awaiting our race leader. It's going to be Zova unless something untoward happens in this final lap. And so it was indeed 19 laps, and wow, is Bennett a fair way back from Wallstra. So Wallstra did the right thing. He's timed his move very, very well. I guess he's probably put Alex off somewhere, or Alex has made a mistake, and that's given Wallstra possibly enough of a gap to prevent the counter-attack. Oh, here is Evan Way on the back of
Szabo and Beckman.
Szabo. Oh, beg your pardon. It's Szabo in the middle of the tortoises. It's an unusual place to ever to be. But so Szabo is going to slipstream off the back of Beckman, and Evan is just along for the ride. That, I believe, is Evan Way at the top of the shot. Oh, is Szabo going to go for an outside manoeuvre to Lake Om? Oh, my yeah, goodness. He did. I think. I think Beckman kind of let that one go eventually, but that's put Evan right on his case, and Fredericks had to defend very hard from Evan, and you're kind of expecting Szabo just to dance off into the distance now as the tortoises continue their fight. Oh, it's the no-nonsense pair. It's Martin and Locatello. They are having a great scrap for 6th. The Brit ahead of the Italian. Oh, look at this. Still the tortoises continue to fight. Evan behind Frederick, behind Szabo. Absolutely amazing stuff, and that's the way it's been all race long between those two. But it is this man that is going to take the win for Allied Racing Esports. Your winner here in the feature race here at Spa. It is Sova for Allied Racing. Very nicely done. Such a dominant win. Over 10 seconds to the good. Over Tom Wallstra. There he is for Vendetta. Coming over the line in second. Then it's going to be Alex Bennett for Conrad. Did what he could, but was just bested at the last. James Pinsker 4th. Nick Rasmussen, great effort for him. Led for a while. The 5th position is going to be his. Then it's the no-nonsense pair of Martin and Locatello. Nick, will you make up your mind where you were pointing the camera? Oh, is that off the road?
I have no idea, but that's close from Way and Beckman. That's right at, until the checkered flag that they're fighting.
Yeah. Beckman was the quicker of the two tortoises, but only just. I think it's fair to say they're away in Imre. They're too close. We warned you about this last time. And then it is Van Walder. Oh, what a shame for him. He started so well. Grabowski! Oh, Grabowski with a good result under his belt at last. Good effort. Well done. And there we go. That answered that one. The Fordzilla of Russell. Oh, he's had a terrible run tonight. What a shame. I think Russell was involved in the first lap fracas. 18th position for Paul Ilbring. So how long did he lose in the pits? An absolute age. He was now 17th. I think Russell has retired his car. Oh my goodness, Russell retired with the chicane to go. We didn't see the incident, but he must have caused damage so much he couldn't continue. So Paul Ilbring's going to tame 17th from being in 4th. Oh my goodness, he must be absolutely sick.
He has had an up and down season, you know. Actually, since round 3, it hasn't really gone his way.
No, indeed. But still leads the way.
Oh, yeah.
But, Paul Ilbring, goodness me. Not a great run, but still doing what he can to keep his championship hopes alive. I think he's still top of the tree at the moment, but it's made that much more difficult. So these are the results before any steward's intervention. Sova, Wallstra, Bennett, Pinsker, Rasmussen, Martin, Locatello, Schiff, Prinzing coming home in 9th, nicely done. Szabo in 10th in the end. Beckman being the quicker of the two tortoises, with Imre 12, then Wave, Van Walder, Grabowski, Clay, Ilbrink, Parkinson, Russell, Zelenev, Hooper. Those that didn't see the checker flag were Schmidt, Ryan, I missed who 24th was, Morris, Lawrenson, Blom, Pierce, and Woodburn. I don't think actually started the race. My goodness me. That's what the feature race was like. The sprint race tends to be even quicker, even more chaotic.
Oh, definitely. Completely. It's going to be so good.
I have no doubt whatsoever. The qualifying session for the sprint race, just a single lap as we are partway through the session. They're coming to, if they haven't started their time lap yet, it means they haven't left the pits. They only have 5 minutes to do their out lap and do their time lap, which doesn't leave much on the table for here at Spa. Although it is single qualifying, to remind us that they don't see anybody else, they don't pick up any slipstream, they're not interfered with by the driver. So let's see how it comes out. Can it be the double for Soga? Will Paul have a bit more of a better run? We will see. These qualifiers don't suit everybody. We'll see how well these guys do. The Allied Racing Esports veteran of Soga getting into the chicane to floor it, to get the best run towards the line. Let's see how he gets on, because that is the out lap, so ignore the time that he's posted on the board right now. Towards Russell, heavy on the brakes, just very brakes. We didn't see too many issues going on there in the feature race. Doesn't necessarily mean that we won't see the race like you. Back down the hill towards Eau Rouge. Oh, how the brake goes here on the first line. Hopefully our drivers will this time out. Then once we come straight, we saw how much action was going on right there. 19th set, I suspect that the overtakes happen up here. To Local. Settled. Then pins the throttle through the firewall. To come out and make on down. Starts to descend the field into a large. Once again, over towards speakers, or as it used to be called No Name. Now towards Paul. Get this one wrong. All the way to he's far enough away from the second to cover. Who got the other way, demonstrating last time out. Second leg goes for Bill. Down towards the finish again. They'll be pushing the penalty as hard as they can. Trying to go through 5 all and out through the nose of the car. With the finish again towards Stavolo. to register their one-time lap to be sure. No!
Thousandths of a second for Sabo to be in P1. He's P2.
It's Sabo and over again.
They're close.
I'd say so.
And Bennett half, 6/10 off behind those two. That's quite a lot.
Elbrink 8/10. Wow, that's
Wallstraw
unbelievable. But that's exactly as the same as we saw last time. Oh, that's a name I'm not familiar with. Kitair? I must ask how you say that. I wholeheartedly apologise for that. So here is the grid. Looks very similar to the first one, actually. Sova and Szabo, once again, the Allied Racing Esports guys at the front of the grid. And then it is Bennett, Ilbrink, Wallstra, Pinsker, Locatello, Lawrenson. Hello, Lawrenson. Rasmussen, Prinzing. I missed a couple there again. Martin, Clay, Beckman, Way, Imre, Pierce, Waldo, Parkinson, Ray. Wow, Ryan rather. Ryan down there in 24. Then at the tail end of the field, Schmidt, Van Walder, Schiff, Russell, and Grabowski. Oh dear, quite a few people not setting a lap, but we do tend to see that in for the sprint race. Quite a few people just make that one mistake that you can shake off for the feature race, because of course you have 3 laps for that. But the one-shot qualifying, catching a few people out once again.
Yeah, well, it's you're on cold tires and you just have to nail that first lap. Sometimes people are just taking it slow on the first one to just getting a banker, and then they really push on the second one. And what we're seeing here is that they just don't have the banker. So sometimes it's actually a better thing to actually get that banker as your qualifying position, as we have seen this season. With some of the top drivers not getting a qualifying lap in the second race.
There's quite a distinct colour scheme going on in our top 3, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
With Allied and Comrade sporting the green and the dark green and the black. And you've got Paul Elbring right behind.
The flag man, if you can see on the start finish, he is there. He is present.
The good old flag man.
Yes, he is such. He's really good worker.
He's a tireless worker, isn't he?
Yeah.
Alright then, so we're just waiting for everybody to grid up so we can get the sprint race underway. Here we go then. Ooh, don't disappear from us, Sabo. Lights on, engine res arrives. 12 laps this time for the sprint race. Who is going to come out on top this time? And away we go. It's another stonking start from Ilbrink. Look at that from the second row. It looks like he's going to try and take this on the outside of the saw. Someone's brave. Let's see how we get on into the first turn. Side by side's going on. Looks like everybody has survived. So he's come streaming down the hill. Here comes Wallstra. Side by side with Ilbrink. Further back, there's Ilbrink coming right underneath the blip. The point is coming. That's making you nauseous. The blip is in a great position there. Wallstra is going to be alongside Ian. Pick one and stick with him again.
I was just looking, if anything happened at on top.
It's very, very difficult to keep up with everybody. So you did a great job.
3 wide with a creeper in the middle. That's not something you want.
Oh no! Contact from Zelenev with Clay. Oh, Alfie Lawrenson has hit the wall. Don't know who he took with him. Oh no, we didn't see Alfie in the first race, and he is out by Lecom. This time around, there's on the newcomer. How to pronounce the name, apologies for another. It is Kodiak. Go with that until I'm told otherwise. There is Evan Way on the inside of Conor Ryan for 16th position. The Canadian in 17. Lots of scrapping going on through the field. Oh, is that Blom in trouble?
Yeah, he's going a bit wide there. That's not something that you really want. I think he has damage. Ooh, going through wide. That's careful, guys. Oh my god, a lot of juggling for position here.
He's falling through the field fairly badly. Whoa, and there is Zelenev at the bottom of the shot there. Really exploring the limit of the Frankish game. I'm sure he pushed out there. As they're still going side by side, one of the Tether guys alongside Creeper. Connor's got a great view of the battles ahead of him. He's going to try and make the move into Bolshevik. He's having to. He hasn't got anyone to go really. There's Daniel Morris at the back of the pack, side by side with Zelenev. Coming right, sweeps around the outside. Oh, Zelenev, very nicely done. Back up towards the front. There's our top 4. Well, the pack hasn't spread out too far yet. As Zelenev, that's not big Szabo and Zoba. There's a lot of Z's in this race. Yeah. Then Ilbrink. There is Rasmussen. decent positions. He came out 5th last time. Oh, Alex Smith and James Bond. Having to bid. If you're bidding in the sprint race, that is pretty much your race done. Look at this group here. Goodness me, Alexander Waldo right in the midst of that with several of the Tepper guys right behind. He's got Zananev right ahead of him. Well navigated as they really squirm around trying to find a new track position, trying to use the extra speed they're getting from the slipstream. And Zananev's just stranded out there. He didn't get a slipstream off him anyway. He's just falling through the field.
That creeper definitely looks like it's hurt well from getting hit by Lawrence. You know, there's some difficulty.
Oh no! The Tepper guy is coming together. Well held. That was Pierce. Oh no, it was Hooper. Tom Hooper very well held. Walstra and Elbrich.
Oh my goodness, guys, that's close.
Side by side in speakers. Oh, that's a battle for third. Zaba is over. Well, they haven't gone as such, but they have got themselves a fair bit of breathing space. Walstra does not want to wait for anything to resolve. Right behind them is Bennett and Pinsker. The Tepper go ahead of the comrade from the start-finish line through the finish again once again. Elbring is having to work so hard to keep the charging Vendetta driver of Tom Walstra right behind him. There's James Pinsker ahead of Alex Bennett, as we mentioned there. Oh, Rasmussen has swung around with, I assume, it's Roccatello behind him. It is indeed the Italian from No Nonsense has gone ahead of the Dane. It's still some decent fighting going on. Then Walstra and Ilbrink again side by side coming through Blanchimont. Oh my goodness me, and now is he going to try and switch back already? That would be brave. And there's Bennett and Spinsker, and now Roccatello and Rasmussen behind them.
I do apologize, you know, just for a lot of going back and forth in the camera, but there was so much going on.
It's difficult to know where to look. I know exactly what you mean. It's really hard to know where to look because you don't know who's about to make a move, who might make a mistake. No. And you've got so much great fighting going on. Oh, Grabowski made a mistake into the chicane and is recovering from that one. And who are we looking at now? Pierce on the inside
of Hooper.
I thought too. Oh no, it was Hooper, beg your pardon. So yeah, Hooper and Pierce side by side is. And William Walstra again. As now Paul is to our right on the outside of this. That's Locatello and Rasmussen at the top of the chart. Whoa, my goodness! Pinsker! Is he going to nail Walstra? I wondered if he thought about trying to nail both of them, but he's backed out of that one. Oh my goodness, Niclas Bennett as well. They're getting involved in this fight. Oh my days, any wonder you struggle to know where to point the camera. This is absolutely fantastic. This is
crazy, and yeah, this is Spa, and you know, it's for every position as Bennett is going, you can't go there. They're going side by side into Speaker's corner. This is Spa, you can really overtake, and as we've just seen, Pinsker try to go up to P2 before, and now he's, you know, struggling to keep on to his P5, or P3, sorry. You know, but that's how quick it's going with, you know, everybody's so close and, you know, just so aggressive here. And, you know, a lot of good driving out there that we haven't seen more cars in Lego sets and tiers as Walstra's really pushing Elbring everything that he can here. I don't, you know, Elbring is really needs to keep his cool here because Walstra is like, I'm gonna get by, and I'm gonna get by soon. That's close.
He's very determined. Once again. Oh, I thought Walstra was thinking about the outside line there. Inside line, defending that line. Walstra doesn't quite have the momentum to try and come past him. Here comes Pinsker and Bennett, still involved in their particular fight. Now right in the tyre tracks of the battle for third position. Over the line they come, Sober and Zabo. There they are. Oh, they're just kind of minding their own business up front. They're having a Sunday drive compared to everybody else.
That's just really lapping so fast, but it's also because, you know, these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drivers are just, you know, they're less than a second between them. You have just a little bit of a gap between Rasmussen and Bennett, but this is just so close. And it's in the front and in the back as well. You go side by side, both Rasmussen, Lagatello, and Elbring, and Walstra. That's close, guys. Ooh!
wincingly close. Ilbrink's going to defend it this time, mate. Wallstrom went for it. Oh, but he couldn't hold on to that line. He wanted the inside for that last line on Lecon, but couldn't quite hold it. Wallstrom had that inside line. Oh, and that's Rasmussen just wanted a tiny bit wide of the exit of Lecon. Oh, we're going to have a 5-car or 6-car fight. There's really nothing in it between Bennett and Locatello. So there's a great big 6-car conga line going on here. Down the hill towards Will once again. Is Wallstrom going to be able to start to stretch his legs? You think that for a while, and then they start to slip with one another and into the battle they come once again. Like we said before, a 2-car battle, you know how the fight's going to go, but as soon as you add anything more than 2, and it becomes a whole different ballgame. Here is Russell, the Fordzilla, with Daniel Morris right behind. Behind Morris, or who the 3rd car was in that. James Clay and Evan Imray, that's for 12th position. Right ahead of them is Connor Ryan and our newcomer, Guitar. Yeah, again, I must work out how to say your name.
That's, I found that's one of the really difficult things about being in the podcast is to say these names right. It's just really hammering the pressure on Elbrain. Elbrain must be sweating buckets at the moment, with the pressure. First from Wallstrom, now with Penske. He's not getting, time to breathe at the moment. And he's losing a bit of ground. He really needs to be close to Wallstrom. Otherwise, Wallstrom is going to be able to just get away from these guys now.
Yeah, the last thing Paul wants, the last thing any of these guys want is pressure, because they're going to lose time against the car ahead of them. Yeah. Paul just about hanging on to the slipstream. I'd be surprised if he gains that whole gap back under slipstream, but we will see. He's had a good run up and over AOR, but he's got Pinsker right there. This could go horribly wrong. Paul stays in the tyre tracks of Wallstrom. Pinsker's going to come past. That's going to box in Ilbrink. What's going to happen here? No, please don't. No, he didn't. Right.
This is incredible driving, and what you're just seeing there is, also using the slipstream to his effect, getting in, and it's just, incredible smart driving by these drivers. Ooh, a Super, and was that Beckman was just swapped around?
It was Beckman, yeah. Oh, that's Morris.
No, that's
Pierce. Yes. That's Pierce.
He kept it out.
Oh no, Jordan Pierce. So they're now back down to the battle for 3rd position. Wallstrom hasn't been able to get too much distance away from Ilbrink at the moment, as we're already fast approaching halfway in this race. Oh my goodness, my voice will die by the end of it. But what a way to go!
It's
Ilbrink doing really can hang into the slipstream of Wallstrom. That is absolutely crucial for Paul to hang on to battling for that 3rd spot.
These drivers, are really showing why, sim racing is so hard at the moment. This is just some of the closest and greatest racing in sim racing at the moment. It's incredible. The level of talent in here, just respect between drivers, but still just pushing and attacking all the time. Look at that view! It's incredible. Just nose to tail.
You touched on this earlier. These guys are basically pushing 99%. They're leaving very little on the table. That's Beckman.
That's Waldo.
No, that's Waldo. For AOR Red. He's one of the tortoises right with him. The Tempers looking to try and... Oh, actually, Evan is a few distance up the road. Well, that was a bit close. There's Mr. Beckman getting his elbows out on the coming through the soft. Oh, here we go. Ilbrink once again. Not a great run through Eau Rouge and Radion for Wallstrom, and that's back up into 3rd.
And Locatello just went by Bennett as well. 2 drivers side by side. It's just wow. And it's just a slipstream fest. This race, it's incredible.
It always is, Sparno, isn't it? It's one of the main things. But when you Beckman and Waldo, and also one of the Pinskers as well. Oh no, there was Hooper that's gone up in that. Hooper and Beckman. Oh no! Wow, that was sit still and clench. Oh my goodness! Oh, that's a replay.
That's a replay.
two pairs of side by sides. Oh, that got very ugly very quickly. Oh, I don't know who oh wow! You don't expect to see a car facing the wrong way at you.
No, and
that suspension didn't look happy. Another one, sadly, by the wayside.
And that, just look for Hoover to be a bit too opportunistic, trying to get on the inside there. That door was always going to close.
Unfortunately, so
Walstra is looking really racy up there. I think he's going to go for a move into the bus stop. No, he's staying out there. But Ilbring is just saying, just closing the doors. Pinskipper's sideways there. That's well held. Well held.
Was. You see it again.
And Brownbanks.
There he goes. Yeah, he caught that one. He saw it going. He did it very early on. So very nice of him on board then. Luke James comes together briefly. See Paul knows he's got no definitive answer to this. He knows what's coming and nothing about it. But look at the gap that's now forming between Walstra and Pinskipper. This is going to be behind him more than trying to. Oh, that's definitely not what you want. That's how he's on the wall road. Just the wrong ways. Oh, over. Oh, well dodged. Whoever that was.
I think that was Way.
Oh, well dodged. You don't expect someone to be facing you when you're going over. Well, you don't expect someone to be facing you anyway, quite frankly. So Walstra back up into third once again. Elbin must be getting fairly fed up staring at the back of that car by now, as that's been his spar so far. It's still plenty of laps to do, but halfway through the sprint race it always vanishes very, very quickly. But Walstra seems to be able to build up a little bit of a gap post overtake, and then he's just reeled in again.
Yeah, and that's he needs in the middle sector. He needs to get that crucial second between. And the second, as we know from real life, Formula 1, that's when you get the DRS normally. And here's that's just the place where you really get the slipstream. So if you're over that second, you don't really have the slipstream. So he just needs to get that gap as Silva and Sabo are just Sunday driving.
Indeed, that's almost sort of it's like a commercial for Allied, isn't it? Yeah, here at our drivers, racing line, driving line is there miles ahead of everybody else.
It's such a dominant show.
No disrespect.
No.
Again, no disrespect by that. It's Allied have done a brilliant job since joining the league, and it's really showing good Spa. Once again, you see Paul Ilbrink now dragging along James Pinskipper into that battle for third position. Bennett and Locatello continue their fight. Rasmussen's fallen off the back of it a little bit. Someone went wide into the source.
I think that was Martin.
Here we go.
Going a bit wide there,
Here we go. Ilbrink has got the amount of slips in the watch. He's in the very on. He's just on the line. There he goes. Moving there at the bottom of the shot was Zabo. Just getting ever so slightly further into the distance. And there's Locatello. Oh wow, he's sprung the move on Bennett. Yeah, nicely done for sixth position. Now too much.
Oh no, he want to be up there. He's a championship rival. He's Bennett at the moment is P2 in the championship, so he don't want to have Ilbrink getting too much away there. He want to be up there to get those points and to catch him in the championship. So he needs to overtake.
Tapper and Dortus having an argument this time. Evan Imrie ahead of Philip Schiff for 13th position. Philip Schiff a little squeaky coming through speakers. Towards Bill once again. Back up to where Alex Bennett is. There's Locatello already ahead. So that little gap that's in between himself and Pinskipper there will be able to
Somebody was quite a while. I think it was somebody with a car.
Someone.
It has 4 wheels. Was off track.
Well, still 4 wheels. Not all of the cars do. Running on Locatello for 6th position. He's going to have that one done, isn't he?
Yeah.
There's Locatello. Banzai's that one. That's Bennett back up into 6th position. Oh, it's so close between those, between that particular three, so they have broken away a little bit. There's our leading pair of allies. Allied, I should say. No, I was just going to say, have they lost any time? Well, Zabo's fallen off the back of Zova. That's what's thrown this line.
Yeah, just a little
pair of allies.
bit, yeah. But you know, they've been P2, you know, P1, P2, they've locked out the front row in both race 1 and 2 in the qualifying. It has just really been strong as Pinsker is going on the outside of also here.
And Locatello on the outside of Bennett as well. Ooh, poor little Brink. He's just going to have to pick a line and hope. He's boxed it. He's done that not quite cleverly actually. He boxed in James into that position. He couldn't move. That kept James, Pinsker at bay. Locatello is ahead of Alex Bennett.
But it also kept, you know, also from getting in the slipstream of Ilbrink. So really smart driving from our defending champion.
Indeed. Working very, very hard.
See, I know there's 5 seconds between them, but they didn't listen.
Well, we're going to have words with them again, aren't we? That's Locatello. That is Locatello and Bennett continuing their argument for 6th position. Oh, so close as they come through Buon and into the family chicane. Rasmussen is hanging on in there, but not close enough to be involved in the fight. But there to pick up the pieces if it all goes wrong.
Yeah, he's just, you know, he's up there and he's always getting those points. But on raw pace, I think the drivers in front of him are a bit faster. But we have seen them make mistakes before, and we have seen them crash out and not qualify well. Where, you know, Rasmussen has just been there, you know, and he's fast. He's so fast that they can't make any mistakes. Otherwise, he will take the positions.
And Locatello has won a race already.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think so. Well, yeah.
Zandvoort's always a crazy race. Just saw Zabo again. He's really cool. You have to keep an eye on the gaps, but there's only 3 laps to go, so unless something goes wrong with one of the allies, they're not likely to be caught by this particular panic balls, giving themselves a tiny bit of breathing space, or that's a tactical move by Wolfstra to get that almighty run of champions up and over Radion. But what's James Binsky going to do this time on board with the Temper race? Can't go to the inside line, but he's going to be boxed in again because Ilbrig's going to come back over to the left. Or is he? No, he actually stays in the defensive line. Wolfstra nearly gets into the back of him. Oh, guys. It was incredibly close.
These guys are really pushing each other, and Ilbring is just, you know, playing a bit of chess with these guys about where do you want to place your cars, guys. I'm going to place mine here, and you're just gonna
figure it out.
You're gonna figure it out because they need to do something. Otherwise, he's gonna defend his order position.
Well, indeed, I mean, Ilbrink now mixing the places. Ilbrink is he's having to think. He's having to do the clever race. He can't just pull away on raw pace. Wolfstra is too quick for that. Yeah. So he's having to think about where to position his car to break that. Ever-present march from the Vendetta car. There's a great run through Buon, through Funchgame, into Stavlo. Tiny bit of distance between himself and Pinsker. That battle with Locatello and Rasmussen is continuing on for 6th position. Still Wolfstra. What's he going to do? Is he going to make a move and launch him on? Here we go once again. 3 laps remain. That's this amazing so what incredible racing we've seen so far. Is Wolfstra going to make the move? He's committed to it. Down, he's going to try and stick to that note.
If Wolfstra getting any closer to the brink, build this moves. But that's so close, guys.
Absolutely.
And you can't see your front wing when you're driving. You know, you just have to know the distance between your front. Ooh, as the ring is getting a bit wide here.
Ilbrink did look a bit wide. I think Wolfstra actually intended to stay again.
Oh, guys, this is gonna.
There was an intentional move. the moment, isn't he? He wants to try and get past him again. He's either boxed in or he kind of runs out slipstream. Here we go again. Walsh just ducks out from the slipstream in real ring. Elwin's now committed to that inside line. Here comes Pinsker. What's he going to do? Don't try and go between them. Oh, he wants the inside of the inside. Nearly goes on the grass. 3-1 into the come. No, as Walstra round. Oh no, Walstra through no fault of his own. He's just been tapped. But Ilbring couldn't turn any further to the right because he had Pinsker there. That's all the way down to 10th position for Tom Walstra. Oh, what a shame. Again, well, there was Ilbring. He couldn't go any further to his inside line. He could have gone a little bit further in, but he did have Pinsker there, so he didn't want to risk hitting the temper car.
But you also see, Walstra not, he haven't seen Pinsker on the inside because there was an Ilbring between them.
There was a wild Ilbring in the way, yeah, absolutely. Well, this is going to be interesting now. Pinsker in 3rd position. Did Ilbring pick up any damage from that impact? We will see. As behind them, Locatello and Bennett continue their fight. It's going to be, if Ilbring's picked up damage, this will be the longest 1 minute match of his life. Oh,
Locatello!
That's Locatello! Oh dear! What has happened to him from having such a great fight with Bennett? Ooh, the tail got a bit twitchy coming in from Chicane. Still twitching! Whoa! Crikey!
He's
going to punch her!
His suspension is gone.
It is indeed. It didn't look like he hit anything.
He just got, just a little tap from Bennett. Yeah. You're going way too fast, mate. You're going way too fast. Oh, look at that wheel.
He wants to get back to the pits. What a shame.
Yeah, he was really fighting up there with Bennett.
He was indeed.
We have had 2 major crashes in the battle up here on the previous lap. That's a bit sad to have it that way. As Locatello's out.
He's recovered back to the...
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. The suspension finally gave up. Caught the rear wing with it, and that's the end. And there we go. There's the Allied pair once again, just doing their thing up front. That's Ilbring on the back of Pinsker, Bennett behind.
But he needs to get closer. This is the last lap.
It is indeed the last lap. I think that car has picked up damage. He does not look very comfortable in that Radicals car.
And it's
in this final lap.
It's just the smallest taps that can do it. As Russian is.
Oh dear! Oh, that's a big old impact. So Russell goes round.
Who's he hitting?
Clouted in the side. I suspect that's Waldo. He's hit there.
No! That's not the way to rejoin.
Oh, self-fixing suspension. Oh, on both cars. Nicely done. But that's cost someone a lot of time.
That's a pit crew that I want, just fixing the car while it's actually driving.
I mean, remotely fixed suspension. What a great innovation that is. Well, Allied have had an absolute wonderful roost. What looks like it's going to be a double win for Sova because I doubt Saba's going to have a crack at him in his final few turns. What an absolute show it's been from Allied. Brilliant stuff. So, Soda comes into the chicane for the final time, very closely followed by his winner, the checker flag, Dotha Waite. Your winner for both rounds. Oh, it's going to be a side-by-side. Oh, I like your style,
something happened in the chicane. Something happened in the chicane.
Ooh. Oh, Ilbring. Ilbring. What's happened to Paul?
Oh my goodness, he came in for the...
So that's him chasing Pinsker for 4th. Oh, that's way too
so close.
And then Bennett is trying to take him on the outside.
And he's just...
Oh, and there we go. So that's how Bennett got past him. The rear tyres just boiling themselves to death. Paul limps home in 5th position. Oh my days, goodness me. Crazy. And there's Evan, Daniel. I can't read the names that quick.
I was trying to see if anybody was still racing.
Still racing, yeah. There's Alexander Waldo. Lonely 18th position for him.
We saw he just hit a car before, it's just... That is not a happy Formula car, that right there.
Nope.
Different aerodynamics, definitely.
Just a tad. Russell for Fordzilla. And Zelenev. Early troubles for him. He comes home in 20th. Only, oh no, he's the last guy running.
He had that incident in turn 1, you know, and we need to have that helmet.
Not a bad way to finish. Oh, crazy end to the sprint race. So then, before any steward's intervention, the sprint race finishes are Sova and Szabo taking 1 and 2, then Pinsker rounding out the podium. And I was going to say, I can't read that fast. Then Bennett, Ilbrink, Rasmussen, Martin, Kuert, Wallstra, Ryan, Clay, and Imre actually got to the bottom of the list this time.
Good race by Kuert, you know, P8 in his first race.
In his first race, yeah, not bad at all. Then Schiff, Way, Morris, Grabowski, again, another good finish from him. Pierce, Waldo, Russell, Zelenev, Blom. Those that didn't see the flag were Locatello, Hooper, Beckman, Schmidt, Parkinson, Lawrenson, Prinzing, and Van Walder. Oh, wow.
That was a crazy race. And, you know, this track is just showing us, again, why it's just so loved. It gives great racing. It's fun to drive at.
Very, very true. And that's going to bring an end to tonight's proceedings. Thank you very much to those that have been with us throughout the race. A great pleasure to have you on board with us. Thank you very much, Nick Domino, for recording the race at the time and keeping me on the straight and narrow in the commentary box. It's always a difficult job, and you do it very well.
Thank you for having me. It's always nice to be here.
Absolutely. We'll be back next week for more Formula 3 action, but there's plenty going on in between then and now. So until then, thank you very much, and good night.